What's happening? Dustin here with Dustin's Customs, and today I got a tool that I started using a long time ago. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce it. It's a stepped drill bit. I'm sure many of you guys have heard of a stepped drill bit. They are kind of a shortcut. I claim them as a shortcut, or they're just a kind of, I don't want to grab the right drill bit or sort through it and just poke a hole. They're easily labeled. This set right here is the Neiko step drill bit. It comes with 5 pieces and they are SEE, so they're going to be, I'll go ahead and read off the back here. 1/4 shank, 3/16 half inch, 1/16 6 step bit, 1/8 half inch, 1/32 increments, 13 step bits, 3/8 shank, 1/4 3/4, 1/16 9 step bit, 1/4 1/3 1/8 increments, 10 step bit, 3/16 7/8 and 1/16 increments, 12 step bits. This set right here was $25 on Amazon. Pretty good deal. Back to where I was going with this. I used to wire up emergency service vehicles. You would get an ambulance, a fire truck, an F-150, a Crown Vic. Back in the day when I started doing it, they were Crown Vics, and they slowly transitioned to those Impalas and Luminas. The Luminas were crap. The Crown Vics were beautiful to wire up, but I would use step bits to drill the hole in the roof to run the cable for the light bar. I would use a stepped bit to drill through the firewall. Now, police package cars, they come with about 4 to 8 wires that come from a fuse block from the main harness, or the main fuse block. They come in through the cab, and they're right there where the center console would be. And then usually with the amount of stuff like the cameras and the switches and the lights, we would add, you know, anywhere from 3 to 6 more 4-gauge hard line. We use hard line because of the amount of electricity that flows through those police cars. Hard line wires, grommeted, all that good stuff. So you would get your grommets from whatever your vendor, and then I would use a step bit, drill through the firewall, drill through the roof. The trunk mount antennas, I would use a step bit. Step bits are more for 1/4 sheet metal. They're basically, step bits, I swear, are only meant for cars. You can use them in a variety of things. I use them in ABS. Say if I made an ABS panel and like a piece of a dash, I'd use a step bit and cut that. It's just easier. Instead of finding the right drill bit, you can kind of drill fit, kind of go along that way. I'm going to go ahead and get a closer look at these. I'm going to show you how to use them, show you kind of how I use them. We'll work through them and we'll just see how this set actually fares with some metal. I'm going to use some aluminum. It's thicker aluminum, so it should be a little more tougher. Sheet metal, these things fly right through because sheet metal is so thin. But this is probably going to be a great starter kit for anybody that wants to get into the stepped drill bit world. So let's go ahead and get into that. I'm going to start it off in this piece of aluminum right here. I would say that's what, 1/8, probably 3 mil, 4 mil thick aluminum. I'm going to start with this one right here, 1/8 to 1/2 drill bit. Pop it in the old drill. And I'm going to try to kind of hang it off the side right here and drill through it. This will be my first time using this set. Alright, I'm starting to get some burring. And then you can kind of, when you're drilling through, you can kind of feel it hit that first step once it punctures through. This is thick aluminum, so, I mean, pretty thick aluminum. Almost through. So, I used to drill a pilot hole when I used these, but you don't have to. Just something I used to do is drill that pilot hole. Now right there I hit the first step, so that would be my, what, 1/4. I'm going to punch it all the way through. This one is 1/2 inch. Let's go ahead and punch that 1/2 inch hole. Let's see how long it kind of takes. I'm using some force. This aluminum is giving it a little bit of a fight. There's one step. There's another step. You know, the slower you go in lubrication, these bits will last longer. For 25 bucks, quick, dirty, and easy. Back it up a little so it don't break. And right there is your 1/2 inch hole. The bit went right through it. So it's pretty good. Now, let's get a closer look. Now with these bits right here, when you have when you have thicker metal, the problem is with the stepped bit that it will almost be like a countersink. If it's any thicker than the stepped part of the bit, these little steps right here, if you're thicker than that step, it will look like a countersink. Another trick of the trade is I have used these for countersinks. Say you want a 1/2 inch hole, you do that, you set it up like that, put that back, go to the next size, put it in there, and now you can kind of round it out, and it puts a bevel or a clean edge, and you can do that on both sides. If you can see, this side right here is hard cut. This needs to be cleaned up. This side is smooth where I already beveled it or recessed it. Step it up to the next one, give it a couple of those, and it's a clean hole. So this is the set. Like I said, it goes all the way up to this big one, which this is about the size you would use if you're punching through for a wiring harness for a light bar on a police car. What size is that? That is 1 3/8. That's about the right size. I mean, this 1/2 inch one you would probably use for the antenna on the trunk if anybody else wires up police cars. But they're great for wiring. I know car automotive installers. I was a car automotive installer. I'm MECP certified. Did that for a long time. That's how I got into wiring up police cars. These things are great for wiring. You can get grommet sizes. When you drill out the holes, you know what size to get for the grommet. There's just a ton of uses. I'm gonna go ahead and send this through some ABS and show you that now. All right, I'm gonna step it up to this big one right here. Now on a big one like this, I would normally get a pilot hole, but I'm not going to on this one just for the view. This is a motorcycle fender, and as you can see, it's pretty easy, but ABS plastic. Now right there, you can kind of see what I was talking about with that recess. See how it kind of, if the material is thicker than the step, it leaves a recess, which sometimes is good, which sometimes is bad. Just depends on what you're doing. This thing will punch right through these, no problem. And right there, check the size, that's 1 inch and 1/4. It's nice, smooth bevel. Go ahead and reamer all the way out. Keep the hole nice and straight. And there you go. That was an 1 3/8 hole. But say if you're building a dash, custom dash, something like that, does pretty well. All right guys, that's just a tool that I used a lot of when I was younger, and you know what, this is one tool that I can honestly say that I probably used this wiring up a vehicle a couple thousand times. I've wired up a lot of police, ambulance, fire trucks, beach patrol. I've wired them all. I've been there. I was in that field for a long time, got certified in it. This is one tool if you're doing, say, a Holly wiring harness, or you're building a race car, you're building a dash. This stepper bit, it's just easy. Of course, you can use a drill bit and be real precise. These, I like them because you can kind of chamfer or bevel the edges. They're just quick and dirty. I think it's more of a speed use tool. They can be accurate, but if you want to be super accurate with your hole, of course, always use a drill bit. But if you're doing grommets, wiring, just punching a hole, these things are a great lifesaver. They're just a really fast tool to use. Like I said, this was the Neiko stepped drill bit. Part number, I guess, is 10197A. Amazon for $25. Comes in this little red carrying case. I'm going to add it to my enclosed tool thing over there. Does pretty good job. I mean, what more could you say other than that? 25 bucks. So it's a tool that I've always used in my shop, and I'm sure once you get a set, you'll find pretty good uses for them. But anyways, that's it for today. This has been an episode of This Tool is Cool. I'm Dustin. We got some stuff going on. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Bye.